need a better lead-in than that. If you grew up in the 90s and in the 80s, chances are good you have seen the 1988 film Land Before Time, a Don Bluth production animation that was so big and so unique that I would argue it's one of the first things we all recognize as children. And as far as that goes, the story itself is fantastic. The animation is beautiful. It has a great middle, beginning, end, talking about a bunch of different topics, specifically racism and learning to get along with others. But there's a deeper level to that. I swear between this, All Dogs Go to Heaven, and Secret NIMH, these were probably his best works, and they really do stand the test of time, and they always will. And because it made a crap ton of money, they decided to make like 15 sequels, but how good are those? And that's why we are here today, because you see, every last one of them, with the exception of the original Land Before Time, is a musical. Some good, some bad, some fantastic, some are absolute garbage, and we're going to discuss that here today. So hello everybody, welcome to Between the Tracks. Now, I can't go over every single song and every single sequel because A, I haven't seen them all, and B, some songs are better than others, and C, if I did do it, it would take an exorbitant amount of time. So instead, I thought I would do my top 10 favorite songs from the Land Before Time sequels. Let's hit it.
Big, 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 big water. It's very big, big, big.
And at number 10, we have Big Water. This song is catchy, it has you laughing on the edge of the scene, it has a bunch of jokes that are visually spoken, they have a bunch of jokes that are auditorially spoken. Animation is just gorgeous. Look at that water, look at those trees and those leaves, they are fantastic. Look at these creatures, man. They are just some of the most creative things to come out of the series in my opinion, and I can't wait to see if they were to do more. As a kid, this was one of the ones I watched the least, but I found it the most fun.
When I wake up, first thing I do, eggs.
And at number 9, we have Eggs. This song is pointless, it's not needed, it's just meant to be there and have some fun. It's about these two dinosaurs trying to get an egg to eat. An older brother is so funny, the way he mistreats his younger brother is insane. As well as sounds like he's having the time of his life. Listen to some of his dialogue and you tell me that doesn't sound like an actual big brother.
You leaf-loving, bush-burping, stem-smelling, garden-gorging.
Find it on YouTube. I'm sure you'll have a wonderful time laughing along like I did. Yeah, so I'll be the first one to say I'm not the biggest country guy in the world. That said, the animation is beautiful, it tells a story, and I think the idea of a Lone Ranger dinosaur is actually kind of clever, not really something that most people think of. Like again, the art style is normal except for the color palette. Look at this. The blue mixed with the purple, mixed with the orange and red. It is fantastic. And anyone who likes country music, definitely give it a listen to. It's worth your while.
This he swore, the long dinosaur.
Now I know what you're thinking. Yes, this is number 7. Yes, it's about kids having imaginary friends. But hold on before you judge me, because I think this is actually a very clever idea. First things first, I think kids need to learn how to be around themselves and not rely on others is a very good idea. On the other hand, I see it as a bad expectation for kids to just be by themselves all the time. That said, it's catchy as all hell. The lyrics are fun to think about and to talk about. If you're looking for something that will give your kid a distraction, go for it, play this. The animation is nice and the palette is wonderful. Again, not a great song, but a middle-of-the-road song for a middle-of-the-road list.
Everybody out to no one.
I've never needed anyone. I'll go my way alone.
And now we get to some of the really good stuff. I'm talking about number 6, very important creature. A great song that gives a moral dilemma and a thought process of a villain turning hero. It is catchy, its lyrics are fantastic, it goes along to improve the story, and I love these little two side characters here. They are fantastic. And again, that would be all fine by itself, but look at the color palette. Look at that purple, that white, that blue, that brown, those greens. It is a wonderful, spectacular thing to see for yourself, and I highly recommend, if you don't even like music, at least try this one out. You might just love it. Now we are in the top 5, ladies and gentlemen, and I cannot stress this enough. I am of the opinion that you should listen to all 10 of these songs, but if you had to twist my arm, you had to twist my leg, you told me I had to choose some of my favorites, these here are my top 5. And I hope you guys are ready to get a little sentimental, because I believe that's what music does best. Get you in your feelings when you need it the most. So with that being said, let's move on to number 5.
Don't you ever wonder what's out there? Beyond the mysterious beyond.
Yes, I'm cheating a little bit because this song is from the same movie as the last one. That said, the visuals alone, I could not just skip past. This has the dilemma of whether or not you believe in some higher power or what you see. And that alone, in and of itself, is a fantastic thought process. And this show really dives into these type of things. It's one of the reasons why I think the sequels kind of get a bad rap, because they're not as bad as everyone says they are. They just are not something for everybody. They're musicals, and it's fantastic to try. When comparing it to the original, yes, it's always going to have its flaws, and that's the fact for almost any sequel. But the fact that they put so much effort into the music and the artistry is truly something to behold.
You are a part of the creation of all that lies beyond the mysterious beyond.
I told you we were going to get sentimental, and nothing starts sentimental like number 4, Family. I gotta tell you, this is from the 8th sequel, and the 8th one is my personal favorite due to the amount of music that's in it, and all of it is good. I highly suggest, at least if you don't watch any other sequel, you should watch this one. Family is very much about that. It's a song about a family member leaving his family, not knowing what the future holds, not knowing if they're ever gonna come back. It's one of the strongest messages, I think, for this generation. How would you feel if your family member left? Would you be able to handle it? Would you have regrets about the way you handle things? It's a very thought-compelling story. You should listen to it.
This world we live in.
And at number 3, we have Alone. There is a great message behind it that no matter what happens in your life, no matter what trials and tribulations you go through, you can never truly be alone as long as you have your friends and family to back behind you. It is a fantastic song. The art is gorgeous. The colors are very vibrant. And again, it's these combination of things that turn it into something truly, truly magnificent and beautiful, along with the messaging. This is why I think music can provoke such great abilities and such great voices. Give it a listen and tell me if it got to you like it did me.
Remember, no one has to be alone.
The circle of life is simple, yet profound.
This song is purely for nostalgic reasons. This is, I believe, either the 2nd or the 3rd sequel. And the music in this one is very few, but the ones that it does have are fantastic. In this song, Grandma Longneck is explaining the circle of life to Littlefoot. And it explains a circle of life that actually makes sense to kids. How life is came in, and then how your life should end. Listen for yourself.
Nurtures the young until they're
I lost my grandmother very young, so I'm very strong to this song in particular.
the wonderful circle of life.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, we get to my number 1. And real quick, I have to put a disclaimer out here, covering my own ass. it is very, very obvious that I am not putting the famous song from Diana Ross on here. The reason being is that's the main theme for the original Land Before Time. And since it's not in literally any other of the sequels that I can find, I would feel wrong to put it on this list. That said, if you like that song, consider that my true number one. But if we're talking about solely the sequels, it has to be this.
I don't know what to do.
I don't know why, but this, for some odd reason, this is the song that keeps coming back to me when I think of the Land Before Time sequels. Not that the other ones aren't bad, they really are some of the greatest songs I've ever seen in kids shows. That said, this one has such a strong message that I think it needs to be more appreciated than it actually is. You see, Littlefoot is moving away from his friends, and as someone who moved all the time as a kid, I so identify with this. It is one of the coolest things to see this represented in a movie for kids, especially when you get everything right the first time around. So there you go, guys. That was my top 10 favorite Land Before Time sequel songs. And again, these are my opinions. You don't have to like it. You don't have to agree with it. Of course, like I said earlier, Diana Ross is the number one best, but because that was in the first movie and not to any of the subsequent sequels, I don't feel right counting it. Guys, if you like this video, please leave a like. Make your own list. I'm curious in the comments. Right down there, tell me your list. I want to hear what you guys think are the best Land Before Time sequel songs. Was I too far off? Was I not far enough in the right? Let me know. And hey, if you like this stuff and you want to consider seeing more, please hit the subscribe button and I'll see you guys in the next video. Whoop-ah!